So back in May, I got a chance to go back to Scotland and Europe for the first time since I finished Glasgow Uni 5 years ago. We started off our trip in Glasgow, and because of the time of day that we got there, we didn't have too much time to do anything besides walk around, check out a few anime shops, which I do pretty much as soon as I go to any new city these days. And of course, no trip to Glasgow is complete without seeing two drunk people fighting in the street. Ended the day at one of my favorite Spanish restaurants, and then day two is where things really got going. Got a chance to check out the Kelvingrove Art Museum, which is one of the top TripAdvisor places in Glasgow. Got some amazing architecture in there, of course. A lot of stuff about the history of the city of Glasgow and Scotland in general. Of course, you've got your usual fancy paintings, Egyptian stuff, and this cool instrument that plays every hour. Then you've of course got Viking stuff. Viking stuff would actually be a big theme of this trip, since the next three places we went to were the Scandinavian countries, and I'm a huge Vinland Saga fan, so was hyped for that. Of course, you've got your other medieval knights, other art galleries and such in the museum. I've actually wanted to go here for a long time, but didn't get a chance to when I was a student. Of course, had to visit Glasgow Uni and the Hunterian Museum, which is another one of Glasgow's big attractions. The Hunterian Museum actually has a really cool collection of Roman artifacts, which I had fun checking out. Of course, you've got your usual dinosaur fossils, Egyptian sarcophagi, and then after the Hunterian, had to check out the Glasgow Uni courtyard, where I spent many a day back as a student. The architecture of Glasgow Uni is really just magical and just gives off a sense of wonder. The Glasgow University Cloister is also a place I've always wanted to take a camera to, but when I was a student there, I didn't have a proper camera, so that was really the first time that I could actually take some cool photos. After we finished up at the university, just walked around the campus a little bit, and hey, this building was not there when I was a student, so that was pretty cool. Ended the day at La Vita Sputini, which is pretty much my favorite Italian restaurant in the entire world. I used to eat here like every day when I was a student and didn't want to cook. They have really cheap prices for tapas as well as pasta, and the best carbonara in the world, in my opinion. Delicious. After that, it was pretty much the end of our 2 days in Glasgow. We didn't get a chance to do too much because of the time we got there on the first day, and the second day pretty much just chilled around the university and walked around town and stuff. Early the next morning was when the trip really got started, where we headed off to Edinburgh for the airport to head to Sweden, which I'll talk about in my next videos. If you enjoyed the content and want to see more travel videos from this trip, which was a really cool experience, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Thanks guys for watching, and I'll see y'all on the next one.